Welcome to your astrology and spirituality overview for Sunday, the 21st of February. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we're using the Fairy Tarot cards, really magical, sparkly, but do also have, those archetypes of traditional tarot, but with a little bit of a magical twist. So let's see what comes up for us. Okay, the card that comes up here is the Five of Summer. So this is cups in, original tarot. And it says on this card, trust that there is a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from negative emotions of others and focusing rather than focusing on what worries or frightens you.
Yeah, it's something I have a tendency to do, to be honest.
The Five of Cups is very much about just we're honing in on the things that are going wrong. We can all downthink sometimes. We can all get into that spiral, particularly if there have been a number of, things that have been bad news or we felt are a bit unlucky. And then what happens is we get into that hole and then, it's harder to get out of it. So, this card is really saying, there is a reason for things. It might not be clear to us, but
we get attached to what we really, really want or what we really fear we're going to lose, and then it's paralysing. As I said, I do suffer with the energy of this card quite a bit. I've also suffered quite a bit in my life with the energy of the Four of Coins, where you just feel totally and utterly exhausted and bereft of any sort of drive and energy.
Yeah, not
and
seeing the good things, that are coming in. What this card is also saying is remove yourself from the negative energies of others. And this really works hand in hand with manifestation. Say, for example, you get a pen and paper. You write down the things that you want to bring into your life. It feels good. It's a nice exercise to do. But then you share that with a friend or a family member, and they might say something like, well, do you really want that? Or, oh, well, how are you going to get that? And their doubt then gets put onto, your joy. Sometimes it's better to just keep things to ourselves.
This has never happened between a mother and a
Never, ever.
I do not refer to your mother.
No, she's watching this.
If you're watching this, my dear Ma,
watch yourself, Patrick.
I'm talking about the archetype.
Well, no, this is true, and it's very much like, sometimes it's better to just keep our dreams and focus on them to ourselves, at least until they've got a bit more legs to them. Because then when somebody says, well, how are you going to make that work? You can turn around and say, well, actually, I've done this research, that research, and this is how I'm going to make it work.
Yeah. My son's pretty ferocious for checking out my motives on absolutely everything. But why are you doing this? What about that? What about the other? And he's often, very sort of, shrewd in some of the points that he makes, but sometimes you don't want to hear it at that time.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to not share what it is that you're wanting to bring into your life until you got a bit more solidity to it.
Well, today shows a brilliant grand air trine, which is where three positions or planets are around about 120 degrees apart. So today that's Venus, the glorious Venus, which is in the sign of Aquarius, and the part of Aquarius that it's in, the third decan, is actually governed by Venus. So a great place for Venus to be. So people born in the last 10 degrees of Aquarius tend to have that sort of desire for balance and equanimity. And then we have the moon, not for the whole of the day, because the moon moves quite quickly at 22 degrees Gemini, and they're both forging a 120-degree angle to the part of fortune, which is a calculation based on where the sun, the moon, and the ascendant are, and it's generally said to be fortunate, and that's in the sign of Libra at 22 degrees 58 minutes. So a lovely air trine can really help us to think about what we want. And because Venus is about relating, but also about money, the moon's about our home, but also about our emotions. So you can see it could be something to do with our home, emotions, family, that we could have a big conversation, or something can move forwards with a bit of whoosh of the air today.
Wow, sound effects and everything. Whoosh! Thank you so much for that. Thank you for joining us today as well. If you would like to read your written daily horoscope, you can find that in the description box down beneath this video.
And if you'd like to have a one-to-one with Elisa, please see link beneath this video and please read her testimonials. For now, from the A team, it is
Goodbye from me.
and it's goodbye from her.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.